Hey sis, you ever wonder why sometimes manifestation works and other times it just fizzles out? Like you're doing all the things, the journaling, the visualizing, the vision board is vision boarding, but it still feels like the stuff you want doesn't stick. Let me tell you something I had to learn the hard way as I went through this manifestation journey. Your identity, or who you believe you are deep down, is what's actually running the show. You can speak all the affirmations in the world, but if your body still thinks you're the woman who has to hustle for everything, the one who's always just barely making it, that's the version of you that the world will keep reflecting back. Because manifestation doesn't respond to your good intentions. It responds to your energy, and your energy is shaped by identity. So today, let's unpack this together. Why your identity holds the key, why your nervous system might still be in survival mode, and how to gently shift that. So what you're calling in can actually stay with you. So I got you. Just hang tight. We're going to go over the identity piece. So let me tell you what I've been through first. There were times I manifested the things. I manifested a $500,000 income, an aligned opportunity, even a little romance here and there. Then it would all just keep disappearing. And I was like, what am I missing? I was the overachiever, going hard at work, trying to prove myself constantly. And in love, I was definitely the overgiver. I was always pouring into someone else, hoping they'd finally see me. I started doing all the personal growth, meditation. I did affirmations, vision boards. I was committed. But the success, the love, the peace, all of that, it just kept slipping through my fingers. My nervous system was still wired for the girl who had to grind. My subconscious still thought success is unsafe and that love means loss. So I pushed those things away, not to punish me, but simply to protect me. I hadn't updated the identity that was running my show. So even when I hit a higher frequency for a moment, life snapped back to my default setting. Because energy, it always matches what's under the surface. So what is identity really? It's not your style, not your social media bio, definitely not your job title at work. It's the deep-rooted story about who you think you are and what you believe is actually possible for yourself. It's what feels normal for you. It's what your nervous system recognizes as being safe. Think of it as the invisible thermostat running in the background. You might try to raise the temperature, but if your identity is still set to struggle or smallness, then boom, it literally brings you right back. So here's how it works. Your identity shapes your beliefs. Your beliefs shape your frequency. Your frequency shapes your life. You don't get what you want, you get what you're aligned with. Even if you get that breakthrough, if your system still believes you're the girl who can't keep good things, you'll just simply find a way to lose it. Not because you're broken, but because you're loyal to the old version of yourself. Now, here's where the science backs this up. Your nervous system, its job isn't to make you thrive. It's simply to keep you alive. It does not care if you're happy. It cares if you're safe. So that is what I call subconscious loyalty. It's not sabotage, it's only survival. Your nervous system is literally doing its job. And here's the kicker. Your nervous system and your brain work together to keep that old identity intact. While your body rejects what feels unsafe, your brain filters your world to match it. There's a filter in your brain that I've discussed before called the reticular activating system, or again, the RAS. Its job is to literally edit reality to match what you believe. So if your inner story is, I never catch a break, your nervous system simply just stays on high alert. And your RAS will highlight more struggle, and you will then miss the ease and miss the miracles. But when your belief becomes, I'm supported, I'm seen, I'm safe to receive, then your nervous system begins to relax, and your RAS starts highlighting that simply instead. They're working there as a team. They're not working as a team to punish you, but to protect you from what feels unfamiliar. So sis, this isn't just spiritual, it's also neurological. Your identity tells your brain what to notice, and your brain shapes what you experience. Let's talk affirmations for a minute. The real reason why they don't work and how to fix it. Imagine this. Imagine you wake up one morning and declare, I am rich. You write it down, you say it in the mirror, you loop it in your dreams. But then you check your bank account. What happens? Well, your stomach drops, your chest tightens, your whole body contracts. That moment simply tells the truth. It's not that your affirmation is wrong, it's that your identity and nervous system don't feel safe with the reality you're trying to create. Your body is saying, this feels unfamiliar, and unfamiliar feels unsafe. This doesn't match who I've been. This is not me. And here is the part that most people then miss. Your subconscious doesn't follow your words. It follows your felt sense, your identity in your body. So if I am rich collides with dread, shame, fear, or disappointment, your system will quietly reject it. Not out of sabotage, simply out of survival. It will always pull you back to what it knows, making just enough, bracing for struggle, expecting scarcity, because your body is loyal to the familiar identity, even if the identity is the one who never has enough. So how do you change it? Well, you don't force the affirmation harder. That's what many people believe. Just work harder. Just do it harder. Just force it harder. You train your body to feel safe with the new identity that you're claiming. Next time you say, I'm rich, I invite you to try this. You say, I'm rich. You pause and put one hand on your heart and also one on your lower belly. You take a slow breath. Feel your feet on the ground. Plant them firmly on the ground and say gently, it's safe to receive. It's safe to hold more. Doing that, you're teaching your system that this new identity, it isn't danger. It's expansion. And here's one of my favorite nervous system identity shifting techniques. Once a day, you can open your bank app. Not to judge it, not to panic, but to retrain your emotional pattern around money. Stay for just about 10 to 20 seconds. Notice what arises. The tightness, the heat, the pinch, the dread, I really hate this feeling. Then do this. Take one slow breath. Unclench your jaw, relax your shoulders, place your hand on your heart, and say, this is safe. I am safe. This number is not my identity. Then bring in the identity shift. Find that one thing to feel grateful for. Hey, I get a deposit every other week. Or, hey, I have money flowing in and money flowing out. Something that you're grateful for. Feel one moment of contentment. I have enough for today, and I'm becoming someone who can hold more. Then close the app. You're not trying to force the bad feeling to disappear. You're teaching your body that you can be with money without collapsing into the old identity. As your body learns safety, something beautiful happens. The dread shrinks, the shame softens, the fear, it loosens. The identity of not enough starts to dissolve. And eventually, you can look at your numbers with neutrality or even gratitude. That's when your affirmation finally begins to land. Because the goal isn't to stare at the number until you magically stop feeling afraid. The goal is to meet the fear with regulation until the number no longer defines who you believe yourself to be. That is how you build a nervous system and an identity that you can actually hold wealth with. But here's the deeper truth. Most people never even notice, and I want you to make sure you notice. That money dread is just one example of a bigger pattern, the identity loop. Have you ever felt stuck in that cycle? You start to visualize, you make a little progress, then suddenly you're right back where you started. This happened to me. I was making $50,000 a month. I ended up closing for my business $540,000 that year. All of a sudden, stuff started spiraling. And then I lost. The loop isn't random. It's your old identity reclaiming control. Energy always moves along the path of least resistance, and that path is your familiar story. So awareness becomes your first doorway out. Start paying attention. What identity are you still acting from? And is that identity even yours? Or when you learn to survive? When you get curious, not critical, something shifts. You stop fighting who you've been and start remembering the you beneath all the fear, the pressure, the proving. You're not trying to create a brand new self. You're returning to the self that always existed. Your identity is the blueprint. Your body is the gateway. Your emotions are the language. When those three things line up, you stop chasing what you want and you start matching it. Not from force, not from hype, not from pretending you feel something that you don't, but from coherence, from safety, from truth. When your identity expands, your nervous system relaxes and your emotional tone rises. The thing you've been trying to attract, that can finally land. That's the shift most people never make. That's the shift that successful people do make. And it's the shift that changes everything. Next Wednesday, I'll be walking you through exactly how to reprogram your identity. Real tools, real shifts, nothing fluffy. I drop new videos every single Wednesday, so hit subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss what's coming. And if you're ready to dive even deeper, my free masterclass, The 10 Codes of Manifestation, is linked below. It's where we go step by step through how to shift your identity at the root. It's free, it's deep, and it's waiting for you. And sis, if your spirit was nodding anywhere in this video, that is your sign. That is your next step. Before you go, drop in the comments which part of this message hit you the most. I'd love to hear. I read every single comment, and I want to hold that intention with you. I'll see you next Wednesday.